What's up guys, it's Jamey. Welcome back to the channel. I have a little bit of an impromptu and unexpected video for you guys today. I had pre-ordered all of the iPhone 12 Pro leather cases and they came in a lot sooner than I expected. All of the colors came in except for the red case. So what I wanted to do was give you my first overall look, feel, impression, and review of these cases. I'm going to compare them to the silicone case. I'm also going to compare it to the 11 Pro leather case that I have, so we can see a little bit of the differences between all of those. So for reference, this top case is black. Moving down is Baltic Blue, Saddle Brown, and California Poppy. Like I said, the only case that I am waiting on is the red case, but I figured that I would go ahead and just show you the cases that did come in. To start, here we have the black. I think that out of each of the colors, the black is probably the least exciting case color. If you're looking at black, like the differences between this and the silicone, it's not really all that like drastic. The main difference you're going to see, obviously, that it's leather, but then, you know, with each of the cases, leather versus the silicone cases, you're going to have this, the buttons are actually, you know, they're not like the rubber material. Here you have actual metal buttons. Here's a look of the black case on my silver iPhone 12 Pro. I don't think there's anything wrong you could say about this case and this combo. Next up we have Baltic Blue. This is the blue case, I think, that's supposed to coordinate with the Pacific Blue phone, kind of similar to what they did last year with the midnight green color. I think it's a nice color. I think it'll really complement the Pacific Blue. Similar to the black, you really can't go wrong with this case color. It has a little bit of a kind of greenish hue to it. For comparison, here you can see the Baltic Blue up against the black. So it's definitely like a lighter shade of blue with a little bit of a greenish hue to it. It definitely can complement the Pacific Blue. I think it would go really well with any color. It just depends upon the type of look that you're going for. Here you can see the Baltic Blue case on my silver iPhone 12 Pro. I wouldn't say that it necessarily wows me or gives me any like special kinds of feeling, but I do think that it's a good looking case and it really pops well with the silver cutout. The next case that I have for you is Saddle Brown. Saddle Brown is one of those colors that's always in Apple's lineup for leather cases. The interesting thing about Saddle Brown is that it kind of changes. The hue of the brown is a little bit different, it seems like, from year to year. This looks more like, I don't know, almost like a little bit of a darker than like a peanut butter brown. I looked at the Saddle Brown color last year when I bought my 11 Pro, and I had the midnight green color. I kind of felt like it clashed a little bit, but it does look a little bit better up against the silver. Here you can see the Saddle Brown color up against the silver phone. I do like this. I think it has like a nice, elegant, kind of luxurious feel to it. I think the really nice thing about the Saddle Brown case versus the others is that I feel like you can see the patina a lot more on this color case than others, just having like that natural leather color. The next case color I actually find to be very interesting. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but this is California Poppy. It has an orange brownish kind of hue to it, which, I don't know, it does look good. It is rather intriguing. I had like the kumquat case in the silicone cases, and this is a little bit like that, but just, I don't know if it's just with the leather material. The orange aspect is just a little bit more subdued to where it has somewhat of like a, I don't know, mustardy orange. I don't know, it could be almost be even like a lighter tan color leather. For reference, when you compare, this is a California Poppy versus the Saddle Brown. So it's not like a full-on orange, it's more like a, I don't know, just a different, like a very, very light brown slash maybe tan color. It does have a very intriguing look to it because it's not your standard black, saddle brown, red. It's a little bit different, a little bit more unique. Stands out a touch more, which I do like. Here you can see the California Poppy case up against my silver iPhone 12 Pro. I don't know, it does have a little bit of an orangey look. I think once it's contrasted with a lighter silver, maybe it'll take a little bit of a darker tone once you put it up against a darker phone. But I don't know, I do like it. It is intriguing. I'm not 100% sure about how I feel about it right now, but it is an interesting case. It's something that I would definitely put in the running. I would put this above like the black for me personally, just because the black is a little bit too standard. So one thing that I wanted to do was compare the new iPhone 12 Pro leather cases to my iPhone 11 Pro leather case, just to see the differences between quality, feel, and the overall design. So for comparison, here you can see this is my iPhone 11 Pro. I think I went with like the darker green color for the midnight green phone versus the California Poppy 12 Pro case. So one initial design difference is just the cutout themselves. On the 11 Pro cutout, it's just kind of like a rounded off cutout. When you look at the 12 Pro leather cases, similar to the silicone cases, there's a little bit more of a kind of different material around the cutout itself. I think that lends to a much more kind of elegant finished look to it rather than like the raw edges that you see over on the 11 Pro case. When you look at the buttons on the two cases, they're a little bit, they're pretty similar. I think the material is the same. Maybe the finishing is a little bit more pronounced on the 12 Pro buttons. The biggest difference you're going to see is the buttons on the 12 Pro case versus the 11 Pro, they're flat to go with the edges, while on the 11 Pro they're a little bit more rounded. I think the biggest design difference when looking at the leather cases from the 11 Pro to the 12 Pro is that on the bottom. So on the 11 Pro cases, you had this cutout on the bottom of the case, which is, for me, it was kind of annoying. It did make it easier to like pop it in and out. What's nice on the new cases is that it is fully complete on the bottom. I do like the added protection you're gonna get with the case completely covering the bottom of the phone as opposed to this large opening that they had on last year's leather cases. When I look at the overall material between the two cases, I don't know why, it's just the 12 Pro, the material just feels more and more plasticky. It seems like every year they have a little bit more of a plastically feel, not like a very soft and supple leather. And I don't know if it's just a difference from, the wear of having a case for over a year and like using it and it just naturally getting a little bit softer. But my initial take out of the box is it feels pretty plasticky. One thing that I really like with all of the new MagSafe cases is the notification you get when you pop them in. So when I pop the case in, you'll see a notification. So I previously did a video where I looked at 6 of the silicone cases and compared those colors. Out of those cases, I have kept the white case. So when I look at the different leather cases and compare it to the white silicone case, I'm very torn. Traditionally, I'm always a leather case person, but the feel of the leather cases, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel super premium. And these cases are $59 compared to $49 for the silicone cases. I'm not in love with any of the colors as of right now. I look at the white case and it just feels a little bit better. I think that the overall look of it, to me, stands out a little bit more than any of the leather cases as I look at them right now. That might change. I'm going to give it some time and really give a good look at each of the leather cases and compare it to the silicone case. But right now, I don't know what it is. It's just the feel of the leather cases, it just has too much of a hard plasticky feel for me, whereas the silicone cases, it's very unique. It feels more premium. When you look at the texture differences between the two different cases, the silicone does have a little bit more of a stickiness feeling. I don't think it's too much to where it's annoying, but the leather case is definitely a lot smoother. I traditionally like that because I find that I can slide it in and out of pockets a lot easier. Overall, right now, when I compare the leather case with the silicone case, the feeling I get with the silicone case is honestly, it's much more luxurious. Outside of like the buttons being rubber, the material just feels a lot better. When I compare it to my 11 Pro case, the 11 Pro case has a much more softer feel to it. This just feels like a hard plastic. And like I said, I'm not sure if it's just because I've been using this for a year or if it's that they've changed their materials. So when I look at the price difference as well as not really having a more premium feel, I might not be going with a leather case this year. So that's all that I have. I just wanted to get this video out quickly because these cases came a lot sooner than I expected. I'm gonna play with them a little bit more. I'm gonna compare it to the silicone case. I might come back and do a follow-up once I get the red case in. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about the different colors. If you're thinking leather versus silicone case. If you guys have any questions, or there's anything else you want me to cover, just leave a comment below. Before we wrap up, if you guys can, just go ahead and like the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna keep these videos coming. I appreciate all the support. I'll catch you guys in the next video.